Odyssey fam, I'm starting a new series. Took a break from the hip hop for a while. I wanted to find something that could actually make an impact on our community and help the kids, prevent them from using, and maybe help someone that wants to get clean. So I'm starting with my boy Neto.
What's good?
Neto,
What's good?
introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your journey with recovery.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Neto G. Everyone, you know what I mean? My real name is Ernesto Garcia, but everybody calls me Neto. You know what I mean? I'm 36 years old. 36 years young, matter of fact.
Exactly.
Now, basically, I used to be a drug addict, like straight fucking doing coke, meth, pills, you know what I mean? You name it. I didn't get to the hard stuff just because fucking I was just scared of needles. But as you can see, I'm tatted up like a motherfucker, you know what I mean? Well, obviously you can't see that hoodie, but yeah, it's been a journey, dude. I actually quit clean from meth for a good minute, you know what I mean? Just because that shit fucked me up. I overdosed on it and it scared the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, hell no.
See, and you never hear about meth overdoses.
Nah, I really don't. But see, I didn't smoke it. I snorted it. So what it did give you a different high. People were like, oh, you need to smoke it to get you this. I'm like, nah, I'm cool on that. I'd rather just smoke weed. You know what I mean? I'd rather just put it up my nose and get it over with. It's just like coke. But the reason why I started doing meth was because I didn't have any coke. I was addicted to coke before that. You know what I mean? So it was just a journey on, and from coke, before coke, I was doing pills. Fucking popping them like candy.
So it went from pills to coke to meth.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper, right? That's usually why people do it.
Cheaper, and then I used to just get it for free.
What happened when you overdosed?
I took too much of it. Normally I take key shots. You know what I mean? You know. And one morning, I was living in Buellton at the time, and then one morning, I just got up real quick, and I was like, "Fuck, I want something." So the night before, somebody sold me a fat old sack for hella cheap, and to be honest, I thought it was coke. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever. And it was cut, super cut, and I grabbed a fat keyshot and just boom, boom, both nostrils, and out of nowhere, just fucking minutes later, I started feeling super weird. It helped, the sensation of just everything just went up to my head, and I was like, what the fuck? I've never felt this way. And before that, I was bleeding through my knuckles. I don't know what the fuck I did, and I think I punched something because I was pissed off, and I went outside, and everything started going fucking weird. I was looking at my parents, and my parents are like, hey, what's wrong with you? I was like, I don't even know. So I was my eyes started closing and shit, and I started seeing the tunnel. Everything started going fucking dark, and everything was going negative at the same time. So I don't know if you've ever seen a negative picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking at the whole time. Everything was going negative. My mom and pop's fucking voice was just going hella deep, super deep, the deepest I ever fucking heard anybody speak. And I got started getting scared and started closing, and I was just I guess I fell off. And next thing you know, I woke up in the fucking hospital. I don't remember shit after that.
Did it do any damage?
Mentally, yeah, it fucked with me. You know what I mean? To this day, I feel kind of the after effects and shit.
From that one overdose, you think?
Several overdoses, because before this was my, I think my third overdose, and before that was coke, and then before that was pills. So I overdosed on
everything you did.
Yeah, on everything I did, I overdosed because I overdid it.
Do you have any permanent health issues, do you think?
Thankfully, no.
Okay.
High blood pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all I got is high blood pressure, but it's other than that, I thank God, no.
And you mentioned you thought it was coke, so they sold you something.
Yeah.
Other than what you asked for?
At the time, I was trying to kick it on meth. I was I'm cool because the high was too intense. So I was I'm just going to go back down. You know what I mean? Go back down to coke. And they sold me a cut sack. And I didn't fucking know that. I was too fucking high.
So it was like coke, meth,
I
whatever.
was mixed. I don't know what the fuck it was.
And it happens a lot where people in the streets or even people you think are your friends
Yeah.
sell you something different than what it is.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like,
And that's really scary now with the fentanyl.
yeah, the more stepped on it is, the more fucked up you get. You know. So
Yeah.
It's not something that you wanna get yourself into. Like fuck that.
Did you ever worry about that back then? Like
No, because for the fact that I trusted these people.
you did.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, my trust was with them. And they were cool homies, you know what I mean? Like, they're acquaintances now, you know what I mean? I don't consider them homies. They're still on that shit, but at the time, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Some people don't care if it's cut or, you know, they're just so bad into their addiction. They're like, whatever it is, I'll take the risk. That wasn't you?
Well, they told me, like, oh, dude, some bomb-ass coke. I was like, all right, fuck it. I didn't even try it. You know, normally you want to try something, like, before you buy it. You know what I mean? I didn't even try it. I was like, all right, cool, here's the money. Boom, I'm out. Like, boom, boom, bam. That's it. And I bounced. And fucking, I had a fat old sack. At first, I was wondering, like, there's a fat old sack. What the fuck? It was, like, the size of my palm. I was like, what the fuck is that? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? I got stoked after that. I was like, hell yeah, got me a fat old sack. It's not last me a while. I can probably flip this. Nope.
Yeah.
Took my key shots and fucking the next morning, woke up in the hospital and fucking tossed that shit the next day. I mean, I don't know where it landed, but tossed it.
Was that your last overdose?
Yeah, that was it. That was it for me.
You quit after that?
Yeah, I literally just cold turkey, just fucking stopped.
So it did worry you?
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me.
Because a lot of people just keep using, you know?
Yeah, no, it scared the shit out of me. Like, it literally, like, freaked me out. I didn't, because you know how they say, oh, you see a light at the end of the tunnel? Man, I didn't see no fucking light. There's no light whatsoever.
You saw darkness.
I saw straight darkness, and everything was going deep and deeper and deeper and deeper, and it was like, damn, I'm going hella deep into the rabbit hole.
Are you glad that you did overdose that time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you'd probably still be using?
Yeah, I'll probably still be using, or be selling, or be locked up, maybe dead.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear this question a lot, and you mentioned you got drugs for free sometimes. People are always like, you know, a lot of addicts don't work, don't have money. They're like, how do they get these drugs? How did you get them for free?
Fucking hawking shit.
Okay.
I got them for free just because I knew the homies, knew the connects.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're like, hey, fool, you want something? You want this? I'm like, hell yeah, dog. You know, I'll take it. They're like, oh, but you got to do something for me. Like, it's just like a favor in return.
Okay, so you were stealing stuff and giving it to them.
Yeah, hell yeah, I was doing home invasions, jacking shit. I remember I had an apartment, and I jacked everything in there. Because it wasn't my apartment. They just handed me the apartment. They go, here, dog, you want to live here? I'm like, fuck yeah, it was already furnished. Brand new, everything. And that one night, I was on a good one, and my homie was doing his shit in the kitchen. I was like, fuck, man, I need to get the fuck out of here, because they were trying to evict me. They were evicting the people that were used to live there, but they didn't know they left. So, and they didn't pay the rent for like 2 months. So I was like, man, I don't got like $1,400. I ain't even gonna pay this motherfucker. Fuck this, you know. So we jacked everything. Took it to Santa Maria, hawked everything. Got me some fucking cool ass drugs.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Do you believe there was a gateway drug for your addiction?
You know, that's a really good question, because a lot of people have different gateways. You know what I mean? For me, to go from weed to coke, it was just my curiosity. It was no gateway. And then, you know how they say, like, oh, weed's a gateway. Like, fuck no, man. Weed actually helped me out through all these motherfuckers. You know, it's just the curiosity of it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I wonder how that... Because I'll see people enjoying that shit, and I'm like, I want to be on your level, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I want to try it. And, you know, this, like the saying goes, curiosity kills the cat. It literally killed my fucking... You know what I mean? Killed my vibes and killed everything that I've hoped for throughout those years.
Yeah.
You know, so it really was just more of my curiosity. It wasn't a gateway or anything like.
You said, yeah, weed wasn't. Do you think pills? Because you went from pills to cocaine, and cocaine's expensive, so then you went to meth. Do you think pills was the gateway for you?
No, because like the same thing, curiosity. And at the time I was working when I was having pills. But then again, I was slinging my pills.
Okay.
So it started out with
supplying your habit, right?
Yeah, I was basically supplying my habit. It started out with Vicodins, Narcos, from Narcos to tramadols to oxycontins to oxycodones, you know, just different fucking synthetic heroin.
Any and everything, right?
Yeah, like I popped in my candy, yo, like fucking like Tic Tacs, boom, boom, boom. You know, I didn't give a shit. One time I popped like 13 in one night, and miraculously, I survived that with the fucking obviously couple like 40 ounces here and there. You know what I mean? Smoking weed. You can often fucking die with that shit, you know?
Yeah.
And thank God that I didn't die at that moment that I took those fucking pills. But it was a stretch throughout the whole day. It wasn't like all at once. I mean, it was just a stretch. But I popped like 13 in one day. I was like, that's fucking crazy. Because like, it just the high wasn't getting me as much.
Exactly.
So I kept popping more and more and more. You know what I mean? Like,
You build a tolerance.
yeah. Literally.
Until you take too many one day and then you overdose.
Yeah.
What was the first pill you took?
Vicodin. When was it?
When? What?
Oh, no, first pill was the Vicodin.
How old were you?
I was about 18 when I first took Vicodins, just because I had like pain issues. And then
It was prescribed from a doctor?
Yeah, it was prescribed. But it didn't start from that point. I just popped them. That's when I've tried them. And then when I really got into them was in my early 20s. You know, just for the hell of it. And then plus they're accessible because my cousin, may he rest in peace, his uncle gave them to him. Like fucking, we had a bag, like a fucking grocery bag full of them. He was like, "Here, mijo." Boom, 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 boom. Kept popping his bottle because he loved to take the fucking morphine shit. He had back surgery. So
Your uncle did?
No, his uncle.
His uncle?
Yeah, his uncle. His uncle just loved the stronger shit. So the Vikings weren't doing shit for him. So he had like literally a fucking dresser drawer.
Did he give them to his nephew to sell or to take, you think?
Just to have.
Really?
Yeah, me and my cousin were like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we were so stoked about it that we're just like popping and popping and popping and popping them, you know? And that's when it really got deep. Because I love the high. I was chasing the fucking high. You know what I mean? Like, it really fucking, I really fucking loved it.
That's a good point because I think a lot of people in high school or younger kids start from their parents or family members having pills in cabinets. And, you know, you trust your kids and your nieces and nephew. You don't realize they're going behind your back and taking some.
No.
You got to lock them up.
Yeah.
That's how most people start.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because, you know, kids can't really just get their hands on pills.
Nah, bro. Unless they're like, yeah, like, you fucking obviously leave it open and shit, but yeah, that was very accessible for me.
What were some of the worst decisions you made doing drugs?
The worst decisions was going homeless. That was the worst decision I ever made. I went homeless just so I can be high. It wasn't that I lost my job or anything. No, I quit everything.
Oh, you quit everything one day.
I just stopped going to work. Stop fucking messing around with people. My high was my priority. You know what I mean? That was it. I had to support my habit.
Yeah.
So what I did was lived in the streets, did what I had to do, just so I can get the next high.
Okay. Pretty bad decision, right?
That was a fucked up decision.
And you know, we have a lot of homelessness in Lompoc, as you know, and I used to say, like, where are those people's family? Why are they out there? You know, you're like, but it's not the family's fault a lot of the time. They choose to be out there.
Yeah, a lot of the time. Yeah.
And I'm finally realizing that because I have a couple family members in the same situation.
Yeah.
So people usually drive by them and it's like, man, their family's messed up. You know, where are they?
Yeah, where they like kicked them out. You starting to feel something, but then you like realize like if you end up talking to somebody, one of them, they tell you their story. Like, damn, bro, you chose to be here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's not all of them.
No, not all of them.
A lot of them.
Some of them go through the fucked up situation that they get kicked out of their homes or whatever.
Yeah.
It's sad.
How did your drug abuse affect the people around you?
It affected them deeply.
Yeah.
Like, it really affected them. I didn't notice at first until later on. You know, like I started seeing my mom, my pops, like they were like super stressed. You know what I mean? Mind you, my brother lives in Mexico. He got deported, so they're worried about him out there, because he was on meth out there. He was doing the good shit out there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like the good, like it's good to do it, but
pure.
It's pure. So he was doing the good shit out there, and I was out here doing the same thing. You know, so it affected my family a lot, you know, like, it really killed my mom and dad's spirit. My sisters, especially my little sister, because my little sister is the one that actually found me twice. The first two times that I overdosed, and then the third time with my parents. So, like, it affected everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it really affected my relationship with my girlfriend and just with my kid and everything. It fucked everything up, so.
Yeah. You want to tell them a little bit about the story with your son? It's up to you. You don't have to.
Well, basically, man, what it was is that after I got divorced, at 23. Yeah, I got divorced at 23. And from that point on, I started getting into drugs. Started getting deeper into them, because I was already doing them, but, like, it was just here and there, you know? But it got deeper because my depression. It all just went downhill from there. Going through court, losing my rights. Not my rights, but my fucking privileges to see my kid. Her moving away, taking my kid from me, not being able to see him from the point from 5 till now. You know what I mean? Like, he's 15 now, gonna be 16.
10 years.
And still can't see him. You know, just because she's fucking, I don't know. Like, I don't even want to say it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for the fact that she's just being fucked up like that.
Yeah.
And that's what it drove me into fucking, like, rock bottom. You know, just from my depression, that having certain people around me, you know what I mean, continuously just feeding me this shit and me buying this shit, going through, you know what I mean? It just, but what really got to it is just the fact that my son was the only one that always kept in my heart, so I kept pushing. And, you know, to be honest, if it wasn't for him on my mind all the time, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Still to today, even though you haven't seen him in 10 years.
Nah, but I still keep him in my heart. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, absolutely. After your last overdose, did you go to a program or you just quit cold turkey on your own?
Cold turkey.
Were you having withdrawals?
Oh, yeah.
How were the withdrawals and how long did they last?
Man. Well, I'm going to start out with the pill withdrawals. The pill withdrawals was heavy.
So you were doing all of those drugs when you overdosed at that time?
The first time I overdosed, I was just doing pills.
And you quit after that?
I quit after that.
Okay, continue now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the pill withdrawals was heavy, just for the fact that my body craved it a lot, because I was doing them for so long. And it was just, my body cramped up. I was getting the shakes. My palms were all sweaty. I was always having, like, cold sweats. I couldn't eat. Like, it really fucked me up. Like, that was the worst. Besides the meth, because I kind of, like, want to combine those two at the same time, because the meth one was fucking crazy too. The coke one wasn't really that bad. It gave me, like, the anxiety. It gave me a bunch of anxiety, cold sweats, aches and stuff. But luckily I had weed with me, so I would, like, smoke weed, have a little bit of an appetite, and start eating and start to feel a little bit better. But the pills lasted about a week and a half. Coke lasted about another week. And with the meth, that lasted almost a month. Just because fucking I was doing it so much. And after the fact that my nostrils were all fucked up, the inside of them, you know, they were burning holes. And that shit just, man, I was having fucking aches, cold sweats, mood swings. I would lash out at people just for the fact that it just annoyed the shit out of me. Like, I was craving it so much, but I had to, like, fucking tie my nuts and just say fuck you, you know, and just continue moving forward.
That's amazing.
After like a week and a half, I picked up weed. I was like, fuck, I need something, and weed was right there. You know, grab me a blunt or smoked a bowl, and I started feeling a little bit better. Started calm my nerves, for one, and kind of chill down my mood swings. But it wasn't kicking my fucking my cold sweats, because you know weed high only lasts for so long, and then at night I'll be like, fuck, you know what I mean? Just I'll be sweating, like shaking and shit, and just I could not kick it, and that shit lasted a good minute until finally, when it started like calming down, I just off the bat just fucking smoked weed on a daily, like, boom, boom, boom. And that helped me a lot. And after I got off of being homeless, I think one of my really good friends, her name is Janie Lopez, I will always be grateful for her because she gave me a home when nobody else would. I mean, besides my little sister.
Oh, you went there to detox?
No, it was just a homegirl just to gave me a home when I was homeless. You know what I mean? Like, after I was living with her, I got a job at Panda. You know what I mean? And that's everything started little by little, you know. But I was still experimenting with, not experimenting, like I wouldn't even want to call it that anymore. I was still fucking with a little pill here and there, you know what I mean? But it brought me back memories. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna smoke weed. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I can't do these pills. I'll pop them here. That's it. No more. And yeah, so everything else was kicked off, and fucking I got to live with her for a good minute.
Shout out Jamie Lopez. We need people like that in life.
Jamie Lopez, because she gets mad if we call her Jamie.
Janie Lopez,
yeah,
excuse
Janie
me.
Lopez.
Shout out Janie Lopez.
I love you, Jamie. You're like a mom to me.
Yeah.
It was like she gave me a home when nobody else would.
And weed helped you in a major way.
Oh yeah, weed helped me a grip.
Do you think you would have been able to do it without it?
No.
No?
No. That's a big no.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Because just to how I am personally.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I have an addictive personality, so if I like something, I'm gonna fucking do it. And I'm gonna do it till the wheels fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened with these drugs, you know?
Yeah.
I rode them till the wheels fall off.
Do you still get cravings for pills, meth?
I get cravings for coke and pills, not meth.
No, you're like, I'm never going back to that.
That's a dragon I don't even want to chase anymore.
Is there triggers that trigger you to want to use pills and cocaine?
Coke, when I don't want to even say this, but when I have a couple beers, you know, I get cravings.
Yeah.
I'm like, 'cause I want to just continue without getting drunk.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
You know, I get those type of cravings, but I fight them. I just keep going back to when I overdosed.
Okay.
You know
So that's something that prevents you from using.
Yeah, it prevents me from going and buying a sack.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The moment you start buying a sack, to me personally, the moment you go start buying a sack is the moment your addiction is
Back.
heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you get it, if obviously you're doing it like occasionally, like not all the time, every once in a while, just because it's around, cool, whatever. But you're not buying it, and you're able to have that willpower.
And some people don't have that willpower.
Nah.
Everybody's different.
Yeah, everybody's different. So the moment I started buying that shit, that was it. I'm done.
How long have you been clean and sober?
From everything, from meth, I've been clean and sober for about 10 years. Because I stopped when I was less than 10 years, because I stopped when I was 28. Coke, I stopped when I was 25. And then pills didn't last that long either. It lasted me like a year or two.
Okay.
So like between that time frame till now, I've been clean and sober.
It's a forever battle, you think, though. You'll always have the cravings.
I always have the cravings, no matter what.
Do you have a support group or someone to talk to when you feel like you might want to use, or you just do it all on your own?
God.
God?
Yeah, I do it all on my own. Not on my own, but
God.
And myself.
Okay.
I don't...
You don't need anybody?
It's not that I don't need anybody, it's just... I'm a very private person. Not so private, because obviously a lot of people know me.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, I put out certain material, you know, but I like to keep that life private, you know, that side of my life.
There's a lot of people like that in recovery. They say, you know, you should come out and tell your friends and your family. A lot of people won't, so they won't have a support group. So
yeah, exactly, they don't support. Like my family supports me, but They don't support the fact that I'm battling because they don't know about it anymore, at least, you know. But they support me in every other aspect of my life.
Okay.
You know? So I just keep that in mind.
You think it's important for parents to support?
Oh yeah, most definitely. If you have your parents around, you know what I mean, like, and they're still alive and well, by all means, man, talk to them. Like, let them know what's going on with you and see if you can get that help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, me personally, like, I didn't go to them.
Because you couldn't, right?
Because I couldn't. You know what I mean? Because they don't understand that my world, the world I was living in.
Yes.
They're oblivious. All, you know what I mean? They're like old school Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
All it is about work, home, and provide for the family. That's it.
Was that hard on you, do you think? You think if you had their support, it would have been easier to recover?
If I had their support, you know, it would have been a lot easier. But I guess at the beginning, I didn't have no support.
Okay.
None whatsoever. Just because I kept it alone and I was battling myself. And they'll ask me, what's going on with you? Why are you so sweaty? I'm like, no, I'm cool. Just chilling. It's probably hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I play it off. And once they're gone, I'm just like, fuck. You know, I'm in my zone again. I'm like, oh man, I'm battling this motherfucker on my own.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really important to have somebody in your corner.
Absolutely. What are some things that you enjoy doing now that you couldn't enjoy when you were using drugs?
Freedom. I was tied up to the devil. You know what I mean?
It's like a mental prison.
Yeah, it was. I was literally in my mental prison. I was in the cell block 9, like legitimately. Now that I'm like free from all this, I thank God that I'm clean and sober, and I don't even smoke weed anymore. I quit smoking weed too.
Good for you.
You know what I mean? Like, I would drink a beer here and there, but that's about it. And I just enjoy being able to be around my stepkids, you know, my daughters, my girlfriend, my parents, and you know what I mean, my friends. Enjoy kicking with people that.
So when you're using, you don't want to go anywhere.
Nope.
It's all about getting the next high, right?
Yeah, it's all about getting the next high. I don't even want to kick it with nobody. You know what I mean? I just want to be on my own.
Yeah. I know that using interferes with your dopamine levels. Do you think that has affected you permanently? Because some people that use say after they quit using, they never have that good feeling of all that dopamine being released. Is that true for you?
Yes and no.
Are you able to enjoy life to the fullest, you think? Like someone that didn't use?
Not yet.
No?
But I'm getting there.
Really?
You know what I mean? Not yet. It's sorry, excuse me.
No problem.
No, not yet. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but to me, in my own mindset, it hasn't got that far yet. The dopamines that I lost, that don't come out, it all just, because I get very emotional. You know what I mean? I'm a very emotional person. So when I'm by myself, I just sit there in the dark. You know what I mean? I don't really,
There's no feel good.
Nah, there's nothing there. But when I'm out and about
with people, family,
then like, yeah, I get those cool little, just a tiny bit of dopamine where I can have fun for that moment, and then I come back and just like,
yeah. I don't think people realize what they're getting themselves into when they start doing drugs, and I don't think people ever think about how it can affect you in the long run, physically and mentally.
Yeah, no, I don't think they understand that. I think it's more of the love of the high.
Yeah.
Me personally, you know,
no, a lot of people say that their dopamine levels have never been the same again.
Yeah, it's
that's hard.
It's very hard.
Due to the lack of entertainment and programs in Lompoc, a lot of people blame our city for drug use and our drug issues. What do you think about that?
Stop blaming people. You know what I mean? Blame the motherfuckers that bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Not the whole community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, come on now, why y'all gotta take away those programs?
Yeah.
You know, there's kids out there that need that program when they can't get it at home. You know what I mean? Like, they really need that shit. And it's sad because you see a lot of them grow up in the streets. You know what I mean? They're like, that's where they find their closure. That's where they find their love, their support. When they could have found it at the Boys and Girls Club, or they could have found it here at, like, you know, at different activities. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up.
You think it contributes to it a little bit?
A little bit, you know what I mean? But
at the end of the day,
you gotta blame the motherfuckers that bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, why even bring it in? Like, you're destroying the city by making it into a fucked up. It's a small town, yo. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody that's gonna love doing drugs is gonna be fucked up. And this town, you know what I mean? There's only certain parts you can go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the outskirts of fucking Lompoc are the only spots where tourists go.
Yeah.
They don't want to go in the inner city.
Yeah.
For what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's nothing there.
What do you think our city and our community can do to help this issue?
Be supportive. Bring back a lot of those community activities. Bring back a lot of. Obviously, due to COVID, we can't do a lot of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, stepping stone, man. Put it like fucking a brick. Lay bricks, and by the time you're done laying those bricks, you might get a wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I heard that from Will Smith. That was actually a cool quote.
I have a poster at home with that same saying from Nipsey Hussle.
That's crazy. Yeah. I heard that from Will Smith. Shout out to Will Smith.
If you could go back in time before you picked up that first pill, what would you tell yourself?
No seas pendejo, güey. Neta.
What does that mean in English?
Don't be a fucking dumbass. You know what I mean? Just be woke about your surroundings. Be aware. Don't even try it. It's not worth it. You know, it'll just fucking ruin your life, bro. You know, that's what I would tell myself, and I'll slap the shit out of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I'm fucking stupid like that. You know?
Yeah. So you mentioned your 3 stepdaughters.
Yeah.
In a couple years, or when they got old enough, if they came to you and said, I'm thinking about, doing a drug, or if you knew they were thinking about it, found some evidence of it, what would you tell them about using to prevent them?
I'll tell them my story. I'll tell them how I went through it, and I'm not going to hide shit from people, you know what I mean? If you're going to ask me, I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? It just, obviously, it just depends on the information, how you're going to use it later on. If you want to go ahead and grasp it, cool. If not, then, at least I planted a seed somehow. But I'll definitely tell them my story and tell them what the effects of those drugs are and what they can do to you in the long run. And, no, man, I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for anybody.
That's probably a huge worry for you, correct?
Oh, yeah. This is definitely a huge worry because I don't want them to follow my footsteps whatsoever, and especially my son. If the day comes where he's following my footsteps, and I find out about it, and I'm able to reach out to him, by all means, I'm gonna fucking go over there and not beat his ass, but sit down and talk to him. Like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody to be like the people they grew up to see to be when they're on the good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just not cool to see.
I think parents that have been through that have an advantage because they can see the signs. Yeah. They know what to look for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Give me 5 reasons why your life is better since you've been sober. Nothing too extreme. Just simple.
Oh yeah, my kids, my family, skateboarding, my girlfriend, and God. But,
so you're saying you wouldn't have any of that if you were using drugs?
Yeah, wouldn't have none of that.
You didn't even skate when you were using drugs?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Wow.
I wasn't skating at all. I was just worried about getting the next high.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for someone that's battling addiction right now and thinking about recovering?
Don't give up. Don't give up hope. Don't give up. If you have faith in God and if you believe in God, grasp onto that. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody. You know what I mean? Somebody that's willing to help you, willing to listen. That's the main thing. Somebody that's wanting to listen. Not willing, but wanting to listen to you. You know what I mean? Like, talk to somebody. It's a ongoing battle until you really want to quit. And I feel like if you're wanting to quit, you're battling to quit, find something positive. Grasp onto that and continue doing that positive thing.
Focus on something else.
Yeah, focus on something else, and that'll get you away from that. Your mind is not going to be like, oh, I want to get high. No, I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, find something. Obviously, it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I totally understand that. But it's possible.
Definitely. If there is somebody out there inspired from this video and your interview, could they reach out to you for help?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Hit me up. I got Instagram, Facebook.
What's your Instagram and your Facebook?
Neto G805.
Instagram?
Instagram's my Instagram. It's not the NETO. It's N3TTOG 805. You know what I mean? You'll find me on Instagram. My Facebook is under Ernesto Garcia. You know, just hit me up. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to talk, I got Snapchat as well. It's under, I think, Neto Garcia or Ernesto Garcia, something like that. But look me up, bro. You'll find me. You know what I mean?
Before we wrap this up, I'm just going to let you say anything else you want to say or not say.
Man, just shout out to Odyssey Visual, yo. Like, for real. It's like, she's trying to do something positive, something amazing to help people. And, man, this is dope. Because I'm on the same level, yo. We want to help people. We want to be able to help you right there, you, to go ahead and just kick that shit. It's not good, man. It's not the pathway you want to go. It's not going to bring you anywhere. It's just going to bring you deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. You ain't trying to leave that shit. You're trying to get out. You're trying to get the fuck out, yo. You know what I mean? Like, and man, God bless to all of y'all, man. Just have love, support, be positive, and you know what I mean? Stay strong.
Yeah, and I couldn't do this without people like you, Neto, that are willing to come up and speak. A lot of people keep it to themselves. They're embarrassed.
Yeah, no. Like,
which is fine. That's okay. But it's
yeah.
good to have people like you that are willing to talk about it and help. And I really appreciate you for doing this. This is my first one.
Hell yeah.
Cheers to many more, right, brother?
Hell yeah. Thank you very much.
Much love, y'all.
Much love, y'all.
Reach out if you need help. We got you.